Sheep and Nath jump scare the camera.
Dude, I love the animation of him pressing buttons.
He's just spamming
Wait,
sweep.
yeah,
What an asshole.
This is sweep spamming. This is great.
Hi, my name's Jordan.
Hi, my name's Nick.
And we like
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, whoa!
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being what is Scorpion and 10 being like I can name every background character on every stage, what is your knowledge level of Mortal Kombat? Just to give a frame of reference.
9.
9? That's pretty good. I would say
No,
I'm
fuck
close.
it. 10. 10.
Oh yeah?
I know Hornbuckle.
Okay, well, I was about to say, who's this guy? And I was going to put a picture of Hornbuckle. That would have been perfect. I would say I'm probably closer to like a 7. I'm definitely not familiar at all with this stuff. So.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know this shit. 9.
We're moving back down.
I ain't never watched this.
Yeah, so we thought it would be interesting to revisit some of the older content in the Mortal Kombat universe, and we're gonna start with Defenders of the Realms from 1996. How old were you in 1996?
1.
I was -1. So pretty close. So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. Do we have any expectations? Are we expecting this to be good?
No. I'm here for combat time. That's what I remember. That's all I know about this. We learned an interesting factoid about Quan Chi, that he was introduced here first.
I think he's introduced in the finale, is what I saw.
But other than that, all I know is combat time.
Let's go.
Why didn't that stick around?
Combat time?
Yeah, why didn't they should have? You know how
like,
they
what
made
if that replaced finish him? You knocked it down. Combat time.
You know how Doom
made? You always do friendships.
You know how Doom made Rip and Tear the biggest joke in the series to like the coolest thing in the series?
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Hey, you know,
maybe that's combat time's future.
Yeah, make it take it away from Sonya and give it to I don't know, who would you give it to?
The Joker. It feels like a Joker bit to me.
Nah, I'm just thinking Shao Kahn.
Well, we're gonna watch the first 3 episodes and then we'll meet back right here and we'll talk about it. So
hell yeah,
let's start.
And so they watched, filled with glee, hoping that they would see a fatality. They won't. The show is PG. You're not going to see that.
So we watched episodes 1 through 3.
We did.
Of Defenders of the Realm.
Yep.
We're going to do a little bit of a recap. So, we open up with Nightwolf operating a computer.
Yes, Nightwolf is the tech guy.
That's enough, Kiba. Hey, I've got work to do.
Hey.
Combat alert. There's a new
combat alert.
Let's go.
Why?
Yeah.
Stryker closes the portals.
Yeah.
To Outworld.
So we immediately start with Sector and Cyrax invading Earthrealm, and the MK crew gotta go defend Earthrealm and fight them. And immediately we are introduced to all of the characters in this, which you should already know probably if you've watched anything Mortal Kombat related. Let's talk about the interpretation of some of these characters.
Sonya is the dumb one. Jax is the dumb one.
No, well, Sonya's supposed to be the smart one.
Nope. Not right.
She just keeps doing stupid things.
Now comes the hard part. Eating crow.
She just gobbles down a bird.
And
I was like, no! And then Jax is sassy. And then also Raiden is sassy. I kind of wonder if when they just don't know what to do, they just make them sassy.
Yep.
They're like, what makes Raiden specific personality-wise? I don't know. He's sassy now.
Yep.
But Liu Kang and Katana, they're basically Liu Kang and Katana. So those ones are fine.
Liu Kang is more awkward in this show.
He is very awkward. But I think it's because he's like lacking confidence, and it's supposed to be this like he becomes confident, you know?
Right. I think Katana's on point, and
Katana's pretty good.
that's she's the only one.
Yeah.
My God, Curtis Stryker, I guess, is on point because he's boring.
Yeah, that's
But-
right. I honestly forgot to mention him when I was talking
Yeah.
about everyone in the team.
He no longer has guns, grenades, or a taser. He only has a baton.
Mhm.
Although he can whip out a futuristic device that closes portals.
Yes. Yeah,
Not-
he's the portal closer.
He's the portal closer.
Meanwhile, Nightwolf is in the cave, fixing things up, making sure the planes work correctly, making sure comms work.
Yep. Nightwolf. I mean, he still has his cool powers, but he doesn't go on missions. He stays back on comms, pressing the same red button about 180 times. I love it. I love it so much.
So in this first episode, we kind of get introduced to everyone, and we get an idea for the animation and combat, which is how you say not good.
I like the part where they do a move, and right before it hits the bad guy, it just cuts. Are you Carbrack?
Are you Carbrack? Can you
must
show
be
me the Carbrack?
Yeah, you must be Carbrack.
What exploded? Why is he on the ground? Well, some of the camera shots are so confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, it does that a lot. I'm actually kind of blown away by how little impact anything has because they cut from it so incredibly often. It's insane.
I like how we know enough about what Mortal Kombat is that we haven't even mentioned once that there's a lack of violence.
Yeah. Like it's kind of bizarre because like I have not watched like the Mortal Kombat animated movies that have come out.
I have watched 2 of them.
But I have seen clips showing that those are, pretty properly Mortal Kombat gore at times.
Yes.
So for this to not even have like Sub-Zero here shows up and he essentially defects to the Earthrealmer's side and he helps them out by destroying a bunch of robots. Robots don't even have blood or gore, and they don't even do like the cliche like freeze them and they fall over and like shatter into pieces or anything like that. Like it seemed like they were so nervous to have any form of authentic violence.
I think one skeleton shattered. Well, from the ice. No, there were quite a few in the 3rd episode.
Yeah, well, it's the whole first episode didn't have any of them. Then when we get into like the 2nd episode, I think there was a couple, which was like, okay, now we're here. But it seemed like this first episode, when they're introducing everyone, they were like so nervous to have any sort of moms calling the TV station and complaining about the show.
The first episode was about Sector and Cyrax, and I think Cyrax was in 2 scenes.
Dude, yeah, you're right.
We're like, where was he?
Cyrax like points at a person, and then we see him running away.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
What like? And also, I really appreciated that Sector had the fake robot voice that I do, which is like the in-hand. He's literally just like,
I'm going to stop you, Katana.
That was great.
So funny.
It was great. It was honestly some of the best shit I've ever seen in my whole life. Shoot her with a rocket right now.
We are not only superior fighting machines, we outnumber you 48-1.
Oh,
You have
he's
the
doing the
numbers
he's doing
that
the
tell
Oni
us
robot
what
voice, the
is
one where
They talk like this the whole time, but it's gonna filter over it.
You had your chance.
do you hear it?
Yeah. Oh.
Terminate target.
So Sub-Zero, they repel all the fighters, the Sector and Cyrax and their army of robots. Which I'll get into this more later, but the enemies seem so uncoordinated. Like I thought it was going to be like Shang Tsung is the hierarchy or Shao Kahn's the hierarchy, and then everyone's doing his bidding. But it just kind of seems like there's 8 billion factions out here randomly attacking them at all times. It's so chaotic. But they repel Sector and Cyrax, and then Sub-Zero shows up and he's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm joining your side." Except he sounds really wimpy when he says, "Yeah, I'm here to join you guys."
I want to be a hero now.
Yeah, we were wondering which side you were fighting on these days.
A well-placed jab, Sonya. It is true. I was once Lin Kuei and fought for the forces of darkness. But that was long ago.
After listening
Back when my
to
brother was still alive.
the past
It's
2
been
voice
many
actors,
years
this
now
does
since
not
we
work
came
Yeah, it
for
feels
me.
weird.
in Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
And everyone's response, except for like Nightwolf, was, What the hell? Get out of here. You suck. We hate you.
You're an asshole, dude. We don't want you.
You're a real POS.
And Nightwolf's like, no, this is my friend.
No, this is my friend. I trust him with my life, even though my dog wants to eat him.
So Sub-Zero and the crew all pack up into their dragon boat or dragon planes.
Liu Kang pilots a goddamn jet. Why is Liu Kang flying a jet? Why is Liu Kang piloting the jet?
He got his license in between
Remember, keep your nose down
Mortal
on the
Kombat 2 and
otherwise
3.
you'll flip your craft. Do you read me?
I still don't understand why I have to pilot this thing. I'd rather face 1,000 ninjas than a single computer.
Agreed. But we must
Fair
all
enough.
be experts at the dragon.
Fair
just
enough.
in case
No,
of an emergency.
no, that's not fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
He's like,
At least he doesn't like it, I guess. I don't know.
Hang on,
that's
Kitana.
all the more reason why he shouldn't be the one flying. He tries. Why? There are so many characters. There's only like two of these jets that they drive. You can't think of like why are you have Stryker, you have Jax, you have Sonya, you have like more technological characters. Why is Luke?
Don't forget Nightwolf.
flying? Oh yeah, and Nightwolf,
Nightwolf
the
is-
premier.
Nightwolf is the IT guy.
Dude, I can't wait for Combat Pack 3 where they bring back Nightwolf and he's just like all holograms and IT.
Yes.
He's like Eagle from Killer Instinct if anyone has played that game. Or
They said
played
they
as
were
Eagle.
going to put a skin, an eagle-inspired skin in MK11. They
Would have
never
been
did.
cool.
Never did.
Nope. But we get back to MK Base, I think is what Stryker called
Oh,
it.
God, yeah. MK Base.
We get back to MK Base, and they really put the pressure on Sub-Zero because all of a sudden the Tarkatan army is attacking, which is completely separate from Sector and Cyrax
Oh,
attacking.
no.
There's no coordination, and Baraka's dead, so we have Captain... What was his name?
It was like Carbach?
Carbach, yeah.
Carbach.
Captain Carbach.
Captain Carbach.
I don't know if it was Captain, but I want it to be Captain now.
It is Captain now.
Captain Carbach and the Tarkatan army now attack MK Base.
I love that Captain Carbach did not have a single defining quality.
We, at
or-
the end of this fight with the Tarkatans, we genuinely were not sure like which one was
They
he.
all looked exactly the same. The only way you could tell is when he started like glowing for some reason. And you're like, okay, that's got to be him, right?
Yeah. He like said a word, and we're like, I think that must be the guy.
It's got to
I
be
guess.
him.
So they get into the fight with the Tarkatans.
Oh wait, no, we were moving fast.
was
We got to
something-
talk about how literally any time a Tarkatan was on the screen, you just heard without ceasing for a
There's
second.
no pause or anything. It's just
Yes.
Hold it, or I finish you.
I love the constant going 24/7. Like
It is beautiful.
And when there's
Beautiful.
multiple Tarkatans, it's like layered, like there's four of them.
It's horrible. I loved it. I loved it so much.
It's so bad. So everyone gets their moment fighting the Tarkatans. No impact frames, of course. Like, we got to cut away. Nightwolf, it gets imbued with the wolf, and that's what gives him his like face paint and his powers. I actually like that.
That
I
was
actually
cool.
like that Nightwolf is like more normal, and then the Kiva like is an actual spirit that needs
Right.
the powers from. I like that. That's cool. And he gets kind of a cool moment, takes everyone out, and then Sub-Zero risks his life by freezing people from a distance. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, obviously Sub-Zero's got to be on our side if he's risking life and limb.
I loved
shooting ice balls from 20 feet away.
I loved that they almost threw him into lava, but then remembered that they're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, there's
Like, I got excited for a
Carbach
second.
falls like face first, which if you're like literally inches from the lava, like you're already done.
Yeah, you're cooked.
But
But
then
done.
they flip him over and they're like, "Yep, that guy's cool. Sub-Zero's cool. Carbach, he sucks, and we're gonna send him back to Outworld.
Get him out of here.
And
Get him out of here.
I mean, I think that's really it for episode 1. It was really just an introductory episode, get to know everyone. The only
I'm trying to
the
remember
only
some
character-
iconic lines.
It's combat time.
Of course, combat time. Yeah. I just oh man, I feel like there were
What
some...
was Jax said something sassy?
Girlfriend.
Yeah, he
Yes.
was like,
I can't remember the-
Raiden shows up and it's like, we need to go back to the base, and Jax is just like, no way, girlfriend.
Oh!
Timing, Raiden. The fighting's over,
Wait.
girlfriend.
Girlfriend!
With me, Jax. I've been with the Elder God.
Says that to the God of Thunder,
The God of Thunder.
who would later on say some stupid shit as well. By the Elder God, someone shut this blonde bimbo up.
Then kick your jets and jam.
What? Kick your jets and jam.
What the hell?
Dude, there's so many lines. It's like, I don't even know.
I'm the God of Thunder, and I say
What if I just killed everyone in here?
Oh
I'm
my-
just joking.
What if I just blew this whole place up and everyone died and I got out and I didn't care at all?
And I hit the gritty.
And then what do you say? I'm just kidding, Einstein.
I'm just kidding. Into episode 2. What was the title of episode 2? Well, the Sting of the Scorpion.
Sting of the Scorpion.
So Scorpion here is introduced, and he is resurrecting a bunch of people, bodies, to be part of his undead army.
Yep.
Normal Scorpion stuff. Scorpion
Yep.
does this in every game.
Yep. Because Scorpion famously wants to rule over the living.
Yes.
I remember that clearly. He also has like a Skeletor ass voice, and they did not bring in Ed Boon. It's horrible. It's a
True.
shame.
So yeah, Scorpion is resurrecting people. I don't know how he's resurrecting people, but he is.
He's doing it.
We got to go stop him. So they all fly over there.
Forget squeamish. Now I'm ticked. Who wants to
She's
wear
ticked.
my
She's
ring?
peeved.
The rings.
What did it do to it?
It cut away.
Are you gonna choke the skeleton? That's pretty cool. Huh?
What that? What?
What is happening?
Rest
What?
in peace.
Why do they keep
Or should I say,
cutting before like the impact of these moves?
So on the way there, we get the normal Sub-Zero kind of lore stuff where they're just telling us all about how, or Scorpion, I said Sub-Zero, all the normal Scorpion lore stuff where it's like, oh, he died and then he became a ghost, except that they don't call it the Netherrealm. They never said the Netherrealm. They said like the land of the undead or the land of
Right, like the
land of souls.
Dishonored Dead, like
something
yeah.
like weird like that. And also on the way there, we also get this moment with Liu Kang and Katana talking about how Liu Kang questions whether or not he would have been able to defeat Sub-Zero
They brought up the bucket.
Senior without the help of Katana and her bucket o' water. So kind of
Pure beta shit. Like he was like crying at her. It was horrible.
I think it's kind of cool that they call back to the movie this way. I thought that was kind of neat. But
I wish they had better
yeah
source material to call back to.
Right. But
Hey,
yeah,
remember
they
the time
definitely-
you killed Sub-Zero with a bucket of water?
But you know, it is, I guess, like it establishes a motif for the episode that like, hey, Liu Kang isn't confident in himself anymore for some reason. He was confident enough
Right.
to defeat Shang Tsung, but he's not confident enough
Right.
because
Oh
he
my
doesn't
God.
know if he could beat Sub-Zero.
He was more confident in the first episode. We went over this.
This
Remember,
wasn't even an issue.
him and Katana almost made out while they were
Oh
being
yeah, they stared at
attacked
each other
from
longingly, and
mid-battle.
multiple explosions in the background
Yeah,
as well.
It was great. It was great.
The music change.
Wow.
Good form, Liu Kang.
And now he's over here. Mommy, why did you help me?
So then they go and they fight. Did they fight like by like a pyramid or something like that?
Yeah, it was a pyramid up,
Yeah.
and Shang Tsung was like supposed to be.
Oh, and we get to see
there
the
or
bone army. The bone like Scorpion's bone army, because they have their Scorpion ships
Oh my
that
god!
fight against the dragon
Oh my
ships.
god! Little
Little Star Wars
Wars-
action in your Mortal Kombat show.
Star Wars starfighters shaped like scorpions. It was honestly
terrible.
great. Who was piloting them? They never really showed us.
I guess it was just the skeleton guys, which they
Maybe.
get out and then they're like, like they make some
They
Baraka.
did make that. They did make that noise, didn't they?
Oh my god. The animation quality is questionable.
Top-notch. What?
Dude, Stryker is getting bitched out so hard.
Good.
Okay, there we go. At least he gets a hit in.
They're skeletons. Surely you can break them apart and not get a mature rating. What the? There we
Hey!
go.
I actually kind of like the skeleton designs, though. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think it's one of the better. Like,
No,
they're-
yeah,
they're
the
kinda
ones with
good-looking
the ones with
scorpions.
like the red.
Yeah, I like that. And so Scorpion goes up and then he resurrects a bunch of like pharaoh-looking Egyptian guys.
Yeah, like mummies almost.
And then they all escape into a portal back to the realm of the undead or whatever.
Right.
And Scorpion is gathering his forces for an attack on Outworld. And so we got to go to Outworld, but Shao Kahn can't know about it. And also Raiden can't help because he's a little bitch and he doesn't have powers in Outworld.
He can't help.
So
Uh-uh.
we all then go to Outworld and sneak around and we find this catacomb, and that's where Scorpion's trying to resurrect Shang Tsung.
Yes. Why though?
I don't know. It seems like a bad idea anytime
Seems like a
someone's
terrible
like,
idea.
yeah, I'm going to bring back Shang Tsung. That's going to go
Yeah,
well for me.
I'm gonna ally with Shang Tsung. He's trustworthy.
Yeah.
He never does anything.
So that's his plan, and we go into the catacombs and we fight a bunch of the Egyptians and we fight more of the skeleton dudes.
Yep.
And then as they come into this area, there's the big pyramid and Shang Tsung's soul. Oh, I guess all the soul of the undead are at the top.
Yep.
And Scorpion walks up this very slowly because it's like a million steps.
Oh my
And an
goodness.
Egyptian guy walks up to Sub-Zero and just fucking knocks his ass
Oh my!
down.
Slowly walks up to Sub-Zero, just decks him in the mouth. What? Did he just
Sub-Zero got punked out like a bitch.
Did he just slowly walk up and F smash?
It was so weird.
And then Sub-Zero gets up and knocks all of them down in the
Yeah.
gentlest ways I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And he sprints up
Oh.
those stairs. He was going fast.
he was skipping 4 steps at a time.
Yeah,
I
it was
swear.
crazy. He was zooming up the stairs to go fight Scorpion, and then Scorpion basically just like one-shots
He
his
just, yeah, he
ass.
just wallops him.
I don't fucking care.
And he's like, Liu Kang, you have to do this.
Yeah, he says he says to Liu Kang, you know, I believed you could have beat my big bro.
I'm glad that motherfucker's dead.
I fucking
By
hated that
your
guy.
hands. Your hands are stained with my brother's blood, and I love that about you.
And so now Liu Kang is reinvigorated, and he challenges Scorpion to Mortal Kombat.
And he learns how to open his third eye, and that's a thing.
Yeah, his like inner eye, which is apparently just closing your eyes and holding your hands out.
Yeah, no, he does the Dr. X. Oh no, yeah, no, he does that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it gives us like a first person shot in the hands, like he's actually seeing through the hands. Because Scorpion's fucking teleporting and he can appear, or he's a ghost, I guess, is the thing. So he can
Right.
appear anywhere, so you gotta third eye that shit figure out, and then he
Shoots a fucking phason lasers.
Is this what the mind's eye looks like?
What was that move?
Fireball.
That was not fireball.
That
was that
fire beam.
Did you hear that sound effect?
What? They've literally got mixed in lines.
You will finally get what you deserve, Scorpion. Sub-Zero.
You're just gonna check him down a flight of stairs.
I love it.
better
Honestly.
than your brother.
He shoots the ray gun from Call of Duty's Nazi zombies.
Adam
And,
knocks him down.
Was that it? Did that beat him?
That beat him, and then Sub-Zero picks him up and is ready to throw him down the
He's
stairs.
gonna throw him down all those stairs.
You're gonna throw him down the staircase, and they're like, "No, don't do it. You're not like this." So instead, what happens to Scorpion? He does, instead of getting thrown down the stairs, he's thrown into a pit of forever nothingness.
He freezes him and then throws him into a hell, which is apparently better.
It's apparently much better than throwing downstairs. And then all the mummies turn into a flock of crows, and they also go in there.
It's true. They all get sucked in. And then that's the end of episode 2, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think they say like, oh, there's always another challenge out there. or
And
something
then
like
the
that.
screen goes black for like 10 seconds.
Dude, that black screen was crazy. It was like 15 seconds. I couldn't believe it. Already.
Combat continues.
Hello?
Yes?
The whole series ended.
There
Oh!
we go. But that's the end of episode 2. We go into episode 3 called Acid Tongue.
Acid tongue.
So you know this is a yeah, it's a reptile
It's
episode.
a reptile. Spit on that thing, which he does on watches and rocks.
Yeah, he spits
And-
on a lot of stuff that isn't people.
Anything but human flesh. So, how does this thing open?
We open up with all the reptiles just kind of flooding out of
Right.
that portal
because
hole.
the real reptile is dead.
Yeah, they're avenging the reptile that died in the first movie, the live action 95
Right.
movie. So that's what they're here for. And there's a main reptile, which I forgot
don't remember his name.
It was like
It wasn't a-
Cathartu.
It was something
Cathartu.
stupid.
I don't know. But he's here specifically for vengeance. And so the MK crew show up.
You know, actually, kind of like Baraka again. Zero defining qualities with it.
Yeah, no, it's just he just has reptiles' powers, but there's no personality. It's just I'm going to avenge my family.
I am basically
or
reptile.
my race. We don't even know if they're like related in any way. It's just like I'm mad because you killed one of my kind.
I think they actually mentioned it in the episode, but like lore-wise, they're all supposed to be extinct. Except for reptiles.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't understand.
But there were a lot of them too. There was like 40 dudes coming out of this portal.
Hell yeah.
So they get into the big fight, and the main reptile spits on Jax's arms.
Yep.
And so the big storyline here in this one is Jax has to come to terms of being useful without his arms. He's got to be a normal 265-pound, 5% body fat man
who can climb a mountain with his bare hands. God, what? I thought there was like some sort of imposter thing going on because when his arms were first damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him just like standing there looking at the ground for like 20 seconds?
Dude,
while everyone stood around him.
I did not know where they were going with this because
I thought it was like, oh my god.
So at first, it doesn't even seem like a big deal. He's just like, oh, my arms. And then he like lays down. Like he kind of, it's like when you see an old lady who has her like blood sugar level drop too low and she has to like crawl down on the ground and just like go unconscious. That was Jax. His blood sugar was too low and he lays down and he just kind of passes. And there's a scene where they're like kneeling over him like, Jax, are you okay? And he's literally like,
Yeah, he does. He turns his face away from them. Don't look at me.
And so he then after they defeat the reptiles and they all run away, Jax gets up and just doesn't say anything. He just looks at the ground. He's just super weird. And Stryker goes to close the portal and mentions that, oh, this one was weirder to close. It took longer or something.
Right.
And so finally we get back to Jax, and Jax lost the chips in his arms. He was using them just fine, though. Like, he was still it wasn't like his arms were limp. He was just like... So I don't know what the chips do, but apparently they're one of a kind, and you can't replace them.
They turn the steel plating into cottonelle.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know, yeah.
And so they look around for the chips for a while, and Jax gets really cross with Sonya.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm flying in a different ship than you.
He's like, I'm going to fly with Stryker, actually.
Fly with Stryker. I need some distance.
Which is like the worst. Like, imagine, like, why would you fly with Stryker of all people?
Right.
But they fly back to MK base to have his arms looked at, and Chief Head Scientist Nightwolf looks at his arms and tells him that there's basically nothing
bleak.
they can do.
It's bleak. That's what he
Bleak. Like he's like 2 months out from death.
Right.
I'm sorry, but your scans, they're bleak. I gotta be honest.
Your cybernetic arms have cancer.
And so Sonya decides to go back to the island on her own and find the chips, and she gets ambushed.
Not before Raiden tells her to come back, and she says, "Hold it, Sparky."
Hold it, Sparky.
Hold it, Sparky.
You know, I could still see NetherRealm staff writing that particular interaction.
Oh my
to be
God.
honest, with Ronda Rousey Sonya.
Hold it, Sparky.
And so Reptile ambushes him, but at the same time, there's a portal opening and a bunch of Shokan are here too.
Ooh!
So the gang has to split up. Jax goes to help Sonya and everyone else goes to fight the Shokan.
Yes.
When I mean split up is Jax is fucked by himself with no armor and they don't give a shit on what happens to Sonya. If Sonya fucking dies, whatever. We can find another token white woman to put in his team.
We believe in you. You'll take on the reptile that ruined your cybernetic arms.
Yeah.
And you have no replacements. And we don't know where he is. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good luck. And so the group go and fight the Shokan. And this goes back to what I was saying before, that everything feels so unconnected. Like the cyborgs show up and then they leave, and then the Tarkatans show up and then they leave, and then Scorpion shows up and then they leave, and then now the Shokan and the reptile crew are at the same time. So it's like they're not connected and the group's split up, and it's like, who is sending, like, what is so appealing about Earth? What is the end goal for any of these people attacking at any given time?
Combat time.
It's combat time, baby.
Time. I love
combat time.
Before the main group leaves Jax, I love how they have that moment where he's like, I can't go with you. I don't have my cybernetic arms. And they're basically like, you're fine. You're fine. Quit complaining. We are sick of listening to this.
Get over it, dude. That's actually what Raiden says. He's like, Jax, get over it.
We are leaving and you are staying.
Also, like, Nightwolf is still at base. Why didn't Nightwolf go with Jax?
Well, you see, he has to look at the cameras. He's playing FNAF over here.
FNAF. He's playing observation duty.
If he doesn't check all
that black hole on the third camera.
Who's the character that would pop out and get Nightwolf?
Meat. So they go into this mine, and the main crew go into the mine, and then they run into Shiva. Shiva jumps out of the portal and is like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your asses. And Raiden shows up, which is interesting because Raiden was like, I can't help with the Scorpion situation.
Can't do it.
And I can't help because on Outworld, like they don't have powers on Outworld. But now he can help fine with the Shokan.
Oh my god. And
he didn't fight like the Tarkatans at all, did he either?
No, he didn't. And I'm just remembering, I think it was episode 2 where he was like, you guys got to handle this yourself. I might be Earthrealm's protector, but I can't protect it all the time.
Yeah.
It's my one job. Can't do it.
Yeah.
You guys need to step it up.
I did not have the credentials for this job. Yeah. I don't understand how I got hired. It must have been a small pool.
I'm more like Earthrealm's manager.
Janitor. So yeah, he shows up and Shiva takes great delight in this. She's like, I'm gonna beat your lightning ass. And so they get into a big old fight.
And then Raiden stands by Stryker, basically making him look like a piece of shit the whole time, beating everything before he can do anything.
Stryker criticizes Raiden for not using lightning in the derelict mine with explosives. And Raiden is seriously like, well, I could use lightning and kill us all.
Kill
that
everyone.
Sounds fun. I'd get out fine.
Yeah.
And no, I'm just joking.
I'm joking, Einstein.
I'm joking.
You gotta put some disrespect on Stryker.
Why don't you just blast these invaders with lightning?
Let's see. Aside from the place caving, it's a time bomb. Hello? One errant blast and
hello?
I'm a god here.
Now that you mention it, I could blow out of this joint an instant before it came crashing down. Just kidding, Einstein.
I cannot get a beat on Raiden. I don't understand this guy. This guy's a fucking maniac. By the way, Stryker has only used one move in all 3 of these episodes in every fight.
And it's the weakest looking shit.
Yeah, it's just a leg trip with his stupid baton. And why isn't Nightwolf here for this shit? Also, it'd be so much cooler.
Why is his baton approximately 8 inches long? Like,
it is a small baton.
It is awful looking. Oh my god. Man. Also, the whole mine thing, they said it could collapse at any moment because like 2 rocks fell.
Yeah,
it did not look like a mine that was about to collapse.
It wasn't shaking or like they didn't show any broken beams. It was just, I don't know. It looks pretty shitty to me. Oh, I didn't know you were a mine inspector, Katana.
Rock fell. It's a mine. There's rocks in it.
So they're fighting, and we go back to Jax. Jax is struggling with being a normal standard guy. He tries to get into this door, can't get it open.
Oh man, I hate being average.
being average,
average.
dude, you're 240 pounds and 5% body fat.
Your chest is 1.5 feet thick.
Bro is holding like 300 pounds of rock over his head. Okay, that was pretty funny. Guess I'm not going that way. And he just leaves. He gets back in
Why
the
does this look
clear.
like a Zelda CDI?
It does.
I can't handle it. He is sad because he feels like he's mediocre. He's like 6'3", 260 pounds with no fat. Oh,
He'd be putting up more sacks than Lawrence Taylor if he just went and played for the Giants.
My goodness. I'm just
I'm just a
average.
normal average guy,
Just a
man.
normal dude. When he throws the big rock at the steel door and like the door doesn't even budge, even a little. He's like,
That was so funny, and the walk of shame after that, it's like a way too long extended section of him just walking
oh
away.
my god, it's so good.
And so he decides to climb the mountain instead to the top, where he runs into Reptile and Sonya all chained up, and he has to fight them without his arms.
Yeah,
How's he gonna do it?
The unanswered question of why the hell did he feel like he needed to climb that mountain?
I don't know.
And why were they there?
Because his problem was that he couldn't get into that door, and he thought there was something on the other side, so he climbs the
to
mountain.
the top of the mountain. And they were just there, and there was no like idea that he was waiting for him. So what was he doing with Sonya all chained up there? What was the point?
Yeah, he might have been getting a little freaky.
Yeah.
So we get the big fight with Reptile and Jax.
Kicks his ass right back down the mountain.
He has this great... Yeah, he did kick him down the mountain, and then he got MK forward. So I was really hoping he would hit him with this is not brutality.
This is fatality.
Oh! There's a great moment here where... so Jax... Earlier in the episode, Sonya mentioned that Jax needs to use more brains than brawn. And so to demonstrate
the
that
dumbest
here,
fucking character in the whole show is telling you that you aren't thinking hard enough.
And so, the same character who later goes back to the island with no backup at all.
On her own.
After they just closed a portal in case something could happen. So I like the ways that he uses his brains here. He puts his shoes by a bunch of rocks, and it kinda, I guess, looks like Jax, and so Reptile's really confused.
I think
by
Reptile
this.
might be racist.
He's racist. He just thinks a bunch of brown rocks look like him.
It's Jax.
That must be Jax. I mean, his shoes are right there.
Right. Oh,
And so he gets jumped from behind and kicked, and so he decides to start Hakutuing all over Jax.
but he blocks it with a rock.
With a
and
rock.
He shows that rock to Reptile for at least like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Like he spits on it, and then Jack just stands there. He's not spitting anymore. Jax is like, hey, look at this. Yes, look at this.
And he runs over to Sonya, and on the run over to Sonya, it's like a machine gun of spit. And he's just like weaving in between them. I'm like, dude, how can you spit this fast? But then he decides to use the acid that's on the rock to melt Sonya's eye, like bands, which is kind of smart. Except instead of doing like the top part that's safe,
He melted that shit into her fucking skin.
He melts right on her wrists.
And she says,
Her
that's using your head.
her incredibly fleshy wrists.
Hit him with the rock, please.
Get back in there and finish him.
Oh.
Oh, good. The metal will fuse to her skin.
He used his head.
No, he did not.
And so her hands melt off and she bleeds out and dies. The end.
I wish.
Would have been so funny.
Combat time.
Instead, yeah, it was combat time. Sonya gets out and fires her rings at Reptile and knocks him out. And that's it.
Bumps into the wall. You have to fit.
Oh, no, yeah, he bumped into the wall.
And
then we
then-
get the crazy dynamic drop kick shot.
He does a goddamn dive kick. Jax does.
Yeah.
And crushes the wall behind him and he gets pinned down. And then I guess they arrest him and deliver him to Raiden.
Yeah, he's under arrest.
What am I doing with
We're going to put him in a holding cell.
We got a gift for you. What am I going to do with this?
So we go back to the Shokans. They're all defeated. They didn't
Yep.
really put up that much of a
Yeah.
fight. And then on the way out, Shiva is petty and decides to blow up the mine. And so everyone runs out except Raiden, and they look back, and I think Stryker says a line like, "Oh, did the big guy get out?" You know, he's like worried about him. Did my lightning daddy get out? And then he just teleports there.
I wasn't worried.
He was like, I wasn't gonna fucking walk, bro. And then they hand over Reptile, and then that's the end of the episode.
That is the end of the episode.
So that's where we're at. So there's
Merciful.
not really much. It's definitely Monster of the Week right now. You know, where we're just going.
Oh yeah.
Here's
I
Sub-Zero,
don't
here's
mind that
this.
idea.
I'm
Like, I
kind of
don't
curious to
mind
see
that.
if there's going to be like an overarching story that starts here in the next couple episodes.
I bet not.
You think, what other monsters do they have at this point?
Well,
Like, I feel like it's just Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn, and there's 9 episodes left. So,
well, you see, there's fuck.
we're gonna find out next time.
Next time on whatever this channel is going to be called.
Name right here. All right, bye. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you had a good time, you can do the usual. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment your favorite part. If you know someone who would enjoy this video or more videos like this, go ahead and share it with them so you can both enjoy. That would help us out a ton. And one last thing, there's another channel on the screen. That is where you can find us streaming games like MK1. Maybe you will join us on September 24th for the release of Chaos Reigns, where we will be playing the story and rating finishers. See you there.